Hello, I'm Peter Jones, Garden Manager for Hardy Ornamental here at RHS Wisley, and we've just reached an exciting phase in the new wildlife garden, and we've started planting our first aquatics in our 2 new wildlife ponds. It's fair to say that a pond in a garden is one of the most important things that you can have if you're wanting to attract wildlife. Here in our new wildlife garden we have 2 really large ponds, but the scale of them can be scaled down to something that you could do in your own garden at home. It can be created with a butyl liner, and what is key with planting with aquatics is knowing your type of plant. You get your edge plants, which like to go into boggy conditions, then you have your marginals, which like to have their crowns just submerged below the water surface, and then you have your deep water aquatics, which like to go into the deeper parts of the pond and go down to around about 70 centimetres, about 1.5 metres, and so things like water lilies, where the leaves will float along the surface. Here in our pond, we have created large planting beds around the outside. So these are mainly filled up with gravel and they're edged with sandbags. So this is purely for us to plant our aquatics into. When you buy your aquatics, it will normally arrive in a plastic basket. In this basket, they will be planted in a heavy loam, and this has all the nutrients the plant needs to get established in its first year. So we will plant it, including the basket, into the gravel, and then after about a year to 2 years, your plant will start to build up and get a good root structure. We'll then lift the plant, remove the basket, and then plant straight into the gravel bed. So planting an aquatic plant is much like you would plant a herbaceous perennial in your borders at home. It's a case of taking the plant, digging a hole, and then backfilling. So it's very simple when working in gravel like this, making a big enough hole so that you can get the plant as deep, and we want to bring it right to the rim of the pot. And then we're backfilling with the gravel, and then also adding a layer of gravel to the top of the pot. So this is really useful because it holds down any of the loam that's in the basket and stops that floating away when the water level is returned. So once we've finished planting up the pond here at Wisley, we'll bring the water level right up to the rim of the pond. So this crown will then be fully submerged. So this is just the first phase of planting here at our new wildlife garden. We're going to be busy all throughout the autumn and winter months. So do come back in 2021 and see our brand new garden once it's all completed. It's really going to be a wonderful showcase of how we can encourage wildlife in our gardens at home. If you would like more tips and advice on aquatic plants and ponds, please see our website or pop into our plant centre and see our range of aquatic plants.